Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow. Oh.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other.
I'm going to match your energy, and if you're going to bring false titles, I'll bring false titles.
They're not false. Your
They're
6
old
are
as
real.
hell.
My 4 are real.
But they're old as hell.
Amen.
Because I'm here for whatever.
Do they
Do that.
still give out Oreos at dry cleaners?
What?
Huh? Is that not a thing?
Wait, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Your family never told you don't take candy from strangers.
I wasn't going in alone. I was 4. I don't know. I don't know why this is a big deal.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside America's favorite Alex Gravatt. Here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are live from the Everlight Solar Studio. I am Jim Rutledge. Molly Brown out with babies. Matt Hamilton out curling. Primetime Bowler shine behind the glass. Matching outfits almost with Chrissy Birdsall. You guys, it's nice. I like matching producers. Video producer, audio producer. Was this planned, you two?
What? Jim, what are you talking about right now?
You guys are both in red quarter zips.
No,
Or
this
you're
is a full zip.
But
Full zip.
anyways,
Full zip.
red zips.
We're exact opposite. What are we even
Exact
talking
opposite.
about? It's completely
All right,
different.
Put them up on the ESPN Madison YouTube page. I need a picture of you two.
Can't do that.
And I need you side by
Can't
side.
do it
because
today,
you
Jim.
are twins.
Can't do it today.
Can't do it today?
Not today.
All right. I'm going to see if someone will take a photo for me, and then we can make it happen. Besides, Chrissy probably can get it done. Alex G with me in the Everlight Solar Studio as
Wearing
well.
a green quarter zip in case you're colorblind. I could also be matching.
You could
Take
not
that
be
for
mad.
that.
Like, they both are wearing cardinal red zip-ups. Now, Ryan has unzipped it in a attempt to be difficult, to try to not match
The
Chrissy.
double collar look is interesting.
That
is
is
there?
there's
Is
a-
there
there's
a
a ball.
Well,
third?
you see what it was? I was trying to root for Matt Hamilton and his
no.
sister Becca in their
Birthday
curling
boy,
event today.
Matt Hamilton.
Birthday boy Matt Hamilton. Unfortunately, not a winning birthday boy so far today. Yes, the Ham fam did lose earlier today, this morning, 10 a.m.
That's good.
They are competing, though, as of right now. Chrissy Birdsall, who is our digital producer today in the studio, will be giving us live updates throughout the show of how the Hamiltons are doing. By the way,
new to
Chrissy,
her?
it is new to her, but I know she's watching on Peacock, which is why I throw it at her right now. But whenever you have those scores pulled up, Chrissy, feel free to let everyone know and to see how the birthday boy's doing.
All right, so we got a ton of stuff to get into today. But yes, it is Matt Hamilton's birthday, so happy birthday, Mr. Matt Hamilton, competing with his sister. You can get into the show, and I want to get to our Siding Unlimited poll question because it's about the Brew Crew, and ESPN Madison is proud to be the flag, or we carry the Brewers baseball here in Madison, the Madison home of Brewers baseball. So we are excited that the first spring training game we're carrying is on Saturday. So that is, I think, very exciting for us. Brewer fans are, I think, one of the best fans in baseball. I read in the Athletic article we're going to get to from Ken Rosenthal that Brewers fans over the Mark Attanasio era have made the Brewers top 10 in attendance on average over his whole reign of running the Brewers. So he has been someone who has benefited from the enormous fandom of the Milwaukee Brewer fans. They have done a great job, the Brewers have, of making the Brewers a statewide team, which is why we're thrilled to have them here in Madison. And it's a team that, it's the Sounds of Summer. Obviously, Uke was a big part of that, and he will be missed this year. But still, Brewers baseball will carry on, and it will be the Sounds of Summer, and it will be on here on ESPN Madison. But the Brewers, in general, have been the kind of the also-rans, and I want to set this up, and then we can get to some of Mark Attanasio's thoughts on the, I guess, his job as an owner, and I want to get everyone's thoughts on that. But Ken Rosenthal also wrote a piece for The Athletic, which I thought was interesting, where he basically, and we'll get to some clips from it, I'll read some of it to you, a little story time, but his gist was that, hey, Attanasio's done a good job, but Brewer fans deserve more. Like, they deserve an owner who is willing to spend some money once in a while. And there were some damning clips from the article that I'll read. But in general, Ken Rosenthal put to paper what I've said for a long time with the Brewers, that they're not the lovable losers like the Chicago Cubs used to be, but the complaint that Cubs fans had when they were in their lovable loser era was that the team cared about filling the seats for the season more than they cared about winning games. Like, they cared about doing just enough to make the team competitive that people want to show up and drink the Coors Lights. So, like, that's what the Cubs wanted to do. Sound familiar? The Brewers are a team that runs incredibly thin. They outrun efficient. They put together a good team year in and year out. But they never put together a team that you would truly think, outside of being the most diehard Brewers fan, has a legitimate chance to win the World Series. There was maybe a run maybe 5 years ago that they had you last thought they had a chance. Since then, they've been kind of just churning out this team that's good. They fill the seats, and then the Packers season starts in September. And then if the Brewers lose, fans will be mad for a couple days, and then you turn your attention to the Packers. There's no real vitriol for the Brewers for consistent failures in October. And those failures are directly tied to the payroll because you can cry poor all you want. Mark Attanasio bought this franchise a long time ago, and it is worth $1.3 billion more than what he paid for it. So there is there's cash flow there. He's buying soccer teams. So he has the money. He just got, $500 million from the state of Wisconsin to upgrade AmFam Field, his stadium. So not only is he taking their money at the gates, he's taking your money from taxes. And he's, the Brewers do have a value to the Milwaukee area, but he's still taking that money. So he's willing to take. But to give a little bit extra to get that title hasn't really been his MO. And that, to me, is frustrating, even being a Cubs fan, because Brewer fans deserve more. They are diehard fans, and what they have is an owner who is more inclined to care about turning out an entertaining product than he does care about turning out a winning product. A winning product as far as premium winning product, Alex.
Yeah, and there's three things that you said in there that really stood out to me, right? First and foremost, the fact that the Packers season starts and just takes over the state of Wisconsin. So the postseason doesn't matter. Like, it does feel to me like the Brewers kind of summer set, this beautiful fun time where you get to go have your dog at the park and you get to drink your beers and you leave at the ninth when it's over. And it feels good. They've got the fun roof, all that. But then when push comes to shove, no one is skipping, very few people, I should say, are skipping Packer games for Brewer games. And so it does kind of provide this like shadow to slink off into. And that if that is part of his calculus, I have a much larger problem, right? Like, the two should be able to stand alone.
So why are we talking about this today? Mark Attanasio said I think today, or yesterday, he said, asked the question rhetorically, is it my job to win a World Series, or is it my job to provide a summer of entertainment and passion and a way for families to come together? And I think me reading it does some of it, but let's hear Mark's own words.
Similar to the question, what's your job? Forget about calling yourself, if you're the steward of baseball here. Is my job to win a World Series? Now it's going to, everybody say, oh, he doesn't think he has to win a World Series. But it's my job to win a World Series. It's my job to provide a summer of entertainment and passion and a way for families to come together.
And that was from a chat with USA Today that was published on Tuesday.
Dude, buy a minor league team. Are you kidding me? Like, that is, like, I like to go to an occasional game at Mallard Stadium right over there. It's the Duck Pond is 10 minutes from my home. I'll go watch that.
That's a great point. I don't know, with all due respect to whoever builds the Mallards roster, I don't know a single person who, outside of maybe Gabe Knights when he called play-by-play, who gives a crap what the Mallards do at all. Like,
no.
Win the Northwoods League title, lose every game, nobody cares. The Mallards put on an amazing, entertaining product every time you show up, and that's what people care about.
Exactly.
Go.
It's a way to go spend time with your family, and the tickets are cheap. It's easy because it's in town. Like, I understand for people in Milwaukee, it's really easy. The AmFam Field is fantastic to go to. It's an awesome experience. I know that some people have a problem. The facilities aren't as nice, whatever, yada, yada. All things considered, man, No, you're a professional sports team. The Madison Radicals have a little bit more of a stipulation about making a fun experience for my Frisbee fans than they do winning a championship. Now, I'm dedicated to winning a championship. I know a lot of my teammates are. But ultimately, we're trying to make sure people come and enjoy themselves. The pros, no matter what happens, people are going to come and enjoy themselves, especially if you're winning games, especially if you're in contention for a title. I don't get why that would, like, the fact that was what he said in that situation, it's disgusting.
So my continued theory for the Brewers is that Attanasio is viewing this as he wants the Brewers to be a cash flow positive entity for him year in and year out. And he justifies that view by saying, if I'm entertaining people through the year and they're showing up at a top 10 in baseball clip, they must be having a good time. So I get what I want, which is a healthy bottom line. Fans get what they want, which is an entertaining summer. And then the thing that kind of kneecaps the Brewers when they're trying to build a team is that if you don't want to spend money, great, you got Jackson Chourio on an incredible discount. That is small market baseball, and I don't have a problem with that. That's smart. But here's what they're not going to do. They basically have one big paid guy at a time. Jackson Chourio is not a big paid guy at the moment. Right. They have Christian Yelich. They let Willie Adames walk, Devin Williams, Corbin Burnson. So like Corbin Burns, all these players walk and they let all these people go because they can't pay them and they want to trade them to get players back. You know what they never do? They are kings of trying to often trade players to get more prospects before they walk. But you know what they don't do? They haven't in a long time made a significant mid-season trade deadline acquisition that says, we're going to trade some of our prospects because we want to go all in. No, they dump Josh Hader at the trade deadline in a white flag sale. That's what the Brewers do. And so that's the part that's damning is that they can't. Alex, they can't trade their prospects because that's their lifeblood. You are stuck in this cycle of you need those prospects because they are cheap talent. And the cheap talent is entertaining. It might never win you a World Series. It probably won't ever win you a World Series, but it'll be entertaining. And if you trade that cheap talent, now all of a sudden you don't have the backfill. And Attanasio will justify it by being entertaining when realistically he just wants to be in the green, which is fine if you're running a business. But if you are a team owner, I think fans would prefer a team owner that wants to go all in to win, not entertain you. 844-770-3776. It's the Columbus Talking text line. Less is more. That is our Siding Unlimited poll question. Would you rather a team that is entertaining or a team that goes all in? And the examples would be the Milwaukee Bucks have gone all in. You know what they still are? Even this year, they're not maybe what exactly we want. They're still entertaining to watch.
Absolutely.
But they probably burned the whole thing down to go get a title that one year. But they got the title. The Green Bay Packers, I don't think they don't have the same modus operandi as far as like they want to go generate and just create revenue. I do think they want to win a title, but they want to win a title in this very specific way of always being cap friendly and cash flow positive when I talk about the cap. And it's always, well, we're never really going to, we couldn't trade draft picks to go get Myles Garrett. That's not the prudent thing to do. So the Packers, different motivations, but the Packers operate similar to the Brewers where, God forbid, we give up future assets to try to win now because what about the future? You know what the Philadelphia Eagles are? They're loaded with young talent and they're leveraged to the max. That team has a lot of players that when they have to pay the piper, you know who's not going to give a crap about paying the piper? Philadelphia Eagles fans.
Absolutely. And you look at the same thing that happened in L.A., 2-3 years ago now when the Rams went out and won a Super Bowl? They went all in. They traded everything. And they are still a relevant franchise. They're trying to figure out how to pay Matt Stafford. And I know that's going to be a hot button issue, but they've gotten older. And even when they lost one of the biggest talents of my lifetime in Aaron Donald, they're still a good football team. Are they fantastic? No, but they're good, and they've got the same chance the Packers have, despite the Packers not ever really diving in. And when you look at the Brewers, again, they've never done it. Something else you mentioned is this $500 million, tax credit or whatever you want to call it. It's from Wisconsin. They owe the people of Wisconsin that money. That money needs to go into creating something that is good and they can put their pride in.
Also, they took it a little bit like a gangster asked for money.
Yes.
It's like, give me this money.
Or I'm leaving.
Right. So not the most partnership sort of way with the city of Milwaukee, state of Wisconsin there from the Milwaukee Brewers. Dennis Stoughton chimes in. It's been an extremely successful business, and professional sports are a business after all. Hell, I'd take $1.3 billion to fill the seats whether the team won a championship or not. I believe most people would. Dan, and you get to the heart of the question, because is owning a team part of a public trust? And I would say absolutely if you're the Brewers, because that public has built your damn stadium and filled your stadium year in and year out. I think the worst owners in sports, and I've said this before, that like, hey, Herb Cole, maybe inept, maybe didn't hire the right people, but he spent money, had good intentions, wanted to win. I look at the Bears. The Bears' ownership is inept. They make a lot of bad decisions, but they're not cheap. And so for me, I will forgive stupidity or mistakes or being bad at your job. I won't forgive cheapness. And so that, to me, the Brewers' ownership, especially if you're taking state money and taxpayer money, is violating that public trust. TJ from the road chimes in. I think I think this would make good players not want to come to the Brewers, is the first thing he said, which is fair.
That's fair.
The Brewers did not spend more than $1 million on one free agent so far this year. $1 million, that's $250,000 higher than the league minimum. Then, TJ from the road also chimes in, prefer all in. Jeremiah Madison chimes in, he's a fool. He could go all in 1 year and coast the rest of his life, and nobody would care.
Right. And by the way, you've proven that you can coast and make money and people will still enjoy it. Yes, you might go through 2 seasons of bad baseball if you go all in and you do something and it looks good, whether that's a World Series appearance win or even just another deep run in the playoffs. If you do that and it works once and then you get to take some years off, I think that for the most part, people are going to still be relatively happy.
And then let's not forget, you saw Craig Counsell leave, yes, but then you just saw Quentin Berry leave. You saw Walker McKibben leave. Those are highly regarded developmental coaches for the Brewers, left for more money. One went to the White Sox. White Sox stink, but he's a bench coach for the White Sox. And even though the White Sox are cheap, he's still going to get paid more money as a bench coach. You have an opportunity to move up. Here's the quote that was damning from this article to me. It was from Christian Yelich, and it was not meant to be damning. This is the article in The Athletic from Ken Rosenthal. I'm going to read some more of it on the other side. But here's what Yelich had to say about losing Devin Williams, about losing Willy Adames, about losing the coaches I just mentioned. Those are big losses. There's no way around that, Yelich said after listing each member of the group. That's part of what comes with playing here. You just know how it's going to be. We face different challenges every year, it seems like. We've succeeded time and time again. We got to figure out how to do it one more time. It sounds like they're playing for the gosh darn Cleveland Indians in the movie Major League. Maybe that's why Bob Uecker was so good in the movie, because it was real life to him. Oh, man, I am worked up. If you need to work out, you can go to Carbon World Health. You can have a great workout there at their Madison location. You can get cryotherapy at their Madison location, red light therapy. You also ask them about semaglutide and hormone optimization. Also, the Sun Prairie location. And when Molly returns, she'll be telling you about all the great spa treatments they offer at the Sun Prairie location at Carbon World Health. So many great options in Sun Prairie or in Madison at Carbon World Health to improve your health. Again, it's not too late to have that beach and summer body you've been looking for. Go to carbonworldhealth.com to learn more. This is Jim, Matt, Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions, securing homes and businesses in the Madison area since 1987.
Hi, Dave from Canopy Wealth Management here. Our balanced approach helps guide you through a complex and ever-changing landscape. Throughout your family's financial planning journey, we will serve as a partner, advocate, and steward in all aspects to help you achieve your goals with confidence. At Canopy, care, competence, and clarity, it's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
James Imaging Systems, a 100% locally owned and managed Wisconsin business technology company. 20-year James client Daniel Bertelson, CEO at RE/MAX Preferred.
Reliability and consistency are the key to any successful business, and for our networking and digital solutions, they've been that right along with us for all these years.
Local reliability and consistency has also had a positive impact for Baker Manufacturing. Purchasing Manager Jennifer Wilger.
It helps keep us efficient and productive, and we can keep our minds on what's really important, and that's taking care of our customers.
And Josh Gabel, Service Manager with Kirsch Appliance, also depends on the reliability and consistency of local service from James Imaging Systems.
Yeah, you get somebody that knows what they're doing, come in here and get it done in 5 minutes, and we're not having to take our time to do it.
Go with local. Go with James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 608-221-3457 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about Zimbrick European. They're Mercedes, Audi, Porsche, and certified pre-owned. But the best part is I've been working with them since 2018, and the evolution has been a 2-door, a 4-door, and now it's time for an SUV. My life has changed, and it's changed with Zimbrick European. Being a dad has made it really important to have the comfort and the safety that the SUV will bring me. Again, Zimbrick European off the Beltline at Rimrock Road. Of course, I found the sexiest car on the lot. Check them out.
They did it again. For the 5th time, Siding Unlimited, the 30-year-old Wisconsin family-owned company, is the Pella Window and Door Company's Platinum Premier Certified Contractor of the Year in the whole USA. Siding Unlimited is here in Madison with a dynamic outside-in showroom. See Siding Unlimited's window, door, roofing, deck, and other great outside stuff inside at 2018 South Stoughton Road, south of Buckeye. See Siding Unlimited's frequent Instagram posts or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Talk Badger sports year-round with the Jump Around podcast.
It's hard to know where you're going if you don't know where you've been. You look back at Barry Alvarez and everything that he's done, it's the reason that Coach Fickle has picked this place.
Tune in for the Top Badgers conversations every week, featuring special guests with Wisconsin players, coaches, and more.
We look back and we know the history of this place, right? The history in this place is winning, and it's time to bring that history back.
The Jump Around, brought to you by Steinhoffels, streaming live every Thursday on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and available wherever you get your podcasts.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. I'm Jim Rutledge, Alex G with you. Twinsies, Primetime Wallersheim, Chrissy Birdsall with us as well in the Everlight Solar Studio. We are presented by Coors Light. The mountains are blue, you know what to do.
And that's crush a Coors Light.
Since we're talking about Coors Light, it is Matt Hamilton, his birthday, and he's competing with his sister, not his wife. It's a little point of contention for Matt, the Hamilton team.
What?
But it is
Ham
sisters, the Ham fam, and Chrissy Birdsall has an update for us.
We are at the bottom of the 6th, and actually right now they're throwing the stones, so Matt is bringing in the circle. It was actually a really good play there by him, but they are down 5-3 at the bottom of the 6th.
Bottom of the 6th sounds like a baseball. I like it. How many runners on?
I see 1 yellow stone and at least 3 red stones. They're on the yellow team, so yeah, they got some work to do.
Hamilton did just put, it doesn't matter which one, Hamilton just put a really nice throw behind the center of the center spot. I know curling.
That is neat.
That, I think, probably was the worst, with all due respect to Chrissy and Alex there, worst play-by-play call with an analysis
We should
ever.
have enlisted Jesse Nelson to come in and just play-by-play for us. He's apparently a curling expert. He could have really helped us on this. Brewer, also diehard Brewers fan, but more so curling expert. He worked for NBC as an intern once, by the way, guys, in case you were wondering.
So the thing is, like
in Madison?
In Stamford, Connecticut, apparently.
Ooh, fancy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm now too close to curling to ask the dumb questions because, Matt is an Olympian and all that. But I did, before knowing Matt Hamilton, really love watching curling every once in a while just to, I'd end up at a bar or something, eating lunch, having a drink, and just get so locked in on one of the good matches. Now it's harder because I just have to root for Matt.
I don't even pretend to care about curling. I just I've said this before. I'm not an Olympic fan. I'm not a curling fan. I'm a Matt Hamilton fan. So I want Matt Hamilton to do well when it matters for him to go to the Olympics, which this matters. So I'm rooting for Matt Hamilton to do well. It's not even in America. It's a Matt Hamilton thing. All right. So our exciting limited poll question. And you can chime in on it 844-770-3776. It's a Carbos Talking text line. This is more. Would you rather root for a team that is just entertaining every year or a team that goes all in to win a championship? Right now, 87.5% of you are going for all in, and that's because Mark Attanasio had this amazing, just right up there with Vince Lombardi and the all-time greats, owners, coaches.
Yeah,
felt like
just
Green Bay to me.
inspiring. It's just something that, like, as a fan, it's heartwarming. Let's hear the great, inspiring words about winning from Mark Attanasio.
Similar to the question, what's your job? Forget about calling yourself, if you're the steward of baseball here. Is my job to win a World Series? Now it's going to, everybody say, oh, he doesn't think he has to win a World Series. But it's my job to win a World Series. It's my job to provide a summer of entertainment and passion and a way for families to come together.
So, how about both? But I don't know. You are putting together a team that's close. So just every once in a while, because you look at Tampa, the Brewers are in a better position than Tampa, and Tampa turns out winners. Tampa just had their roof ripped off of their stadium. They're getting a stadium built prior to this anyways, but it's not going to be ready. Milwaukee's got an amazing stadium, AmFam Field. Amazing with like an asterisk of, it's like going to the Mall of America, but like it's a good experience. You know that when you go there, you're going to watch a game, and it's going to be a comfortable environment. And when it's rocking, it's a good time. I mean, it's not like Wrigley or Fenway or even Dodger Stadium, one of those places. But it is a very aesthetically pleasing, easy place to watch a game. And honestly, where you're a statewide team like the Brewers, it's the perfect stadium for them. Because if I made the choice to come down from Eau Claire to see the Brewer game, it better happen.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's the perfect stadium for the Brewers because if you're a statewide team, there can be no ambiguity of if there's a game or not because you want people coming from all over the state.
Jim, what's the team that you like that does the worst?
Probably the Bears.
And when did you become a Bears fan?
Born into it, yeah.
You were born into Bears fandom.
It's not your fault.
When they were really struggling
last year,
right? The past decade, like how have you been able to continue to build a relationship with the fans and with the team?
So for me, like I look at it each year, you just find like Brad Nortman likes to make fun of Bears fans for finding hope. Like, what kind of knock is that? Like, am I just supposed to roll into the season? Like, hope is still it's finding specific things. Like, I can hope the team does well. Like last year was one of the few years the team burned me. I thought they would be a team closer to 9 wins. I'm usually pretty spot on for what I think they're going to be. Like even Justin Fields, I thought he had the potential to get better, but he had to take the next step. That was my thought going into his last year's starter.
Yeah.
He never took the next step. I thought there was flashes he could have, but he didn't. He clearly didn't, and I didn't get caught up in it, and I was ready to move on Caleb Williams. So, like, for an example, how do I root for last year's team? One, it's still your team every week to week. You still can enjoy that week to week in a micro. Like, hey, this week you win the one game. That's fun. They didn't win a lot of games. But Caleb Williams, good passes, good stat line. You had TJ Edwards making plays. So you find in a team sport, you can find things that bring you joy. And also sports is about family. It's about camaraderie. It's about having other Bears fans to commiserate with. Obviously you want to win. But Packer fans of a certain age know that they loved the Packers even when the Packers were stinky. And they were incredibly stinky really before the Brett Favre era. So those fans still love the Packers long before when they weren't winners. The Brewers were often long-time not winners. People still loved the team. Maybe they showed up a little bit less. But again, that goes back to my thought of Mark Attanasio. He just wants to win enough to fill the stands.
Exactly. And I think the point is, in Wisconsin, where the winters are so brutal and there are so few things that you can do traditionally outside, that when the summer hits and when things are they're slowing down and people are just enjoying the outdoors and what there is in Wisconsin in summer, the Brewers will always be one of those things. Even if the team stinks, You're not going to go to every game, but very few people, I feel like, go to every game. You go to a handful of good games, and you go to the handful of games whether the Brewers are going to win or lose, and you're going to enjoy yourself. And so you have the infrastructure, almost no matter what, to have people show up and enjoy the game, because that's what it is to own a pro team. Your job is to make it as competitive as possible. Be a sports guy, dude.
Yeah.
Don't be a businessman.
Would you rather, 844-770-3776, Carlos talking text line, list is more. Would you rather root for a team that's just entertaining every year or a team that goes all in to win a championship? That's our siding limited poll question. 87% of you say goes all in. And to your point, and Dennis Stoughton agreed with my point. He said, Jimothy, I share your mindset. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see the Brewers win a championship. My point is $1.3 billion is $1.3 billion, and I don't know how many people would turn their back on that. And Dan, nobody's asking Mark Attanasio to turn his back on it. What we're asking, and again, I think owning a team is a public trust. And to the point of that money right there, Dan, that we're talking about, the $1.3 billion in valuation that the Brewers are worth more than what Mark Attanasio paid for them, that's because look, owning a sports team is a business. That's the business side of it. You understand that owning a sports team is something that's going to appreciate in value over and over and over again. So the cash flow year to year should not matter because the appreciation of the actual asset is so dramatic that if you ever felt like you needed to get out,
you can.
And you'll get out and you'll make money, like copious amounts of money.
And if you have to get out quick, you can still get out quick and at least break even. And then you have money hanging around like that. Like,
and nobody's getting out quick. But yes, to your point, you're not taking a bath on this. TJ from the road chimes in. Brewers' new marketing, recruitment, and tagline: "Come to Milwaukee, we're going to be meh." They're better than meh, but their playoff performances are meh. I want to get to before we go to break here. More from the article from Ken Rosenthal, because there's two reasons we're talking about this. We played the audio. We'll play it for you again in a minute with Mark Attanasio talking about, is it his job to be a steward of baseball and make baseball entertaining for Brewer fans in the city of Milwaukee and the state of Wisconsin, or is it his job to win a World Series? I'd say both. You can do both things. Plenty of owners do both things, and the best owners don't view year to year as the valuation of the franchise. You look at the overall market growth of your franchise. Which is weird because Attanasio is a business owner. He understands. Like, he knows that his money is truly in the Brewers, but he still wants to have his cake and eat it too, and then also eat taxpayers' cake as well by having them pay for fixing up the stadium. Here's what Ken Rosenthal added to his article, and some of this is, I think, incredibly damning. Attanasio can be judged only so harshly. To his credit, he chose to keep the Brewers competitive rather than rebuild. He also splurges on occasion, $215 million over 9 years for Christian Yelich, $82 million over 8 years for Jackson Chourio. Now, I would argue that's just good business. To pay a guy like Jackson Chourio $10 million a year, like, he's gone, that deal is done, I guarantee it. But the Brewers are not to be confused with low-revenue dregs such as Pittsburgh Pirates, Miami Marlins. They're more like the Tampa Bay Rays, repeatedly astounding the industry with their ability to field contenders on limited funds. That's the big picture. Strictly looking at 2025, the Brewers' plan is curious at best. Attanasio, in a news conference on Tuesday, said the team's payroll would be approximately $5 million higher than it was at the start of last season. But at one point, according to multiple sources who were guaranteed anonymity for their candor, he asked his front office to contemplate cost-cutting trades of right-hander Aaron Savell, who's earning $8 million, and reliever Joel Payamps, who's making $3 million. So the Brewers also did not sign a player paid more than $1 million in contract value this year. And that, to me, those two parts of one, he didn't force them to do it, but he said, hey, if we can get some money and trade some guys who are worth a couple million, let's just go ahead and do that. And then the other part of it is, obviously, you lose Adames, you lose Devin Williams. Like, he didn't even willingly increase his payroll. That's just arbitration.
Yeah, and when you look at it, the Brewers last year spent the 21st most dollars in the MLB with $114 million for their total payroll.
Yeah.
The Mets had $314. That's almost 3 times what the Brewers are spending. The Yankees also in that range. Then you have a pretty steep drop off, but the Houston, Philadelphia, LA Dodgers, Atlanta, all above 225, as well as Chicago and the Texans. It's just ugly.
I do have some audio also from Mark Attanasio talking about that specifically, about what it's like being, what he says as a team that spends in the top of the lower third of MLB teams in terms of salary.
What a dumb sentence.
We always slot somewhere, around 20th. I think the highest, you can go back and look, the highest maybe was in the middle teens of payroll, and the lowest was lower, but we're always sort of the top of the bottom third. Well, I think one of the reasons for our success is we set out on a way of operating that we have stuck to for 20 years, and we have not wavered. And we have executed and executed and executed. So we've always tried to keep our players to the end. Sometimes we couldn't.
So, Mark, is that way of operating, trading players that once you have to pay them, you trade them to get prospects, and then never trading prospects for 1 year or half-year rentals to go all in to win a World Series, because of that would then, deplete your assets to then constantly recycle? The Brewers have put themselves, not baseball hell, but they're in baseball purgatory. They're just constantly churning out teams that will win 80 to 90 games and then have absolutely no chance to win a World Series.
I really liked my slide phone. The one with the little sideways keyboard when you flipped it open, but you could close it back down, and then you had the 1 through 9 with the 0 at the bottom, Cool. That's what he's saying. He hasn't innovated in years. He's like, I'm not going to look past what we're doing. We found it. We've cracked the code. It's just, this is how you do baseball.
Take that for data.
And the Giants, I think, are a good comp. I know it's San Francisco, but the Giants are a franchise, and even the Diamondbacks to a point of the Twins, that those franchises, the Detroit Tigers, the St. Louis Cardinals, I mean, I know people are baseball crazy there, but that's not a major market. But some of those franchises spend more. The Brewers this year, according to, I just have BetGM in front of me, they spend highest payroll, they are 23rd. And so, give or take a little bit there, but I would imagine if you add it to their number, you're probably adding to everyone else's number, so they're right in that below 20th range. The Giants are 14th, so the Brewers are less than $100 million this year. If you just went to, let's say, 130, just be 15th. Can you be 15th every year? Can you spend closer to 150, 160? Sign some players to one-year deal. Look, I'm a Cubs fan. They annoy the hell out of me because for some reason, the Ricketts family, which has an ungodly amount of money, they are again operating this team like they are like it's a business, and they worry about cash flow and long-term investments, and they don't sign players that they could. The Cubs should be spending like the Dodgers, and they annoy the hell out of me that they're 10th in the league in spending because they, God forbid, that they trade for Tucker and then they don't want to sign him because they were afraid to commit long-term. They're risk-averse like that. That annoys the hell out of me too, but at least they're spending to a point where they're in the top 10. Now they're a top 2 market in baseball, and that's still underspending. But my point is, it's obnoxious when any team does it, but why are you, then just do what the Cubs have been doing and sign players to 1-2-year deals. So you're not on the hook forever, Mark.
And what was the most fun season you've had as a Cubs fan in your life?
Obviously when they won the World Series.
Exactly.
But yeah.
It's fun. It's passionate. There's stories about a 102-year-old guy who's like, I lived. I saw it happen. It finally, he was so overwhelmingly just thrilled
you know what
in
the
his
Brewers
old
have
age.
Never done? They've never won a World Series.
Exactly.
They've never gone to a World Series with Mark Attanasio as their owner.
Wait, why play the game?
To just have fun, entertaining. Good times.
I like the movies. Yeah. Well, make it a drive-in movie theater and play the classics. That's what you should do.
It's a good time. Just, right, Ryan? Can you make the drive out of Milwaukee? I'm just here for a good time.
I don't go to Milwaukee.
Oh, no.
No, too far away. I don't like to leave home base.
No? All right.
No, not me.
In your mini golf apartment or whatever it was?
We don't need to bring up names. Come on. Hold off there, G.
All right, it's Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Me Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because they never charge over the MSRP.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
Man, I got this right. My hand to my bed. You know I'm popping tag.
I don't preoccupy myself too much with firmer upper limits because we've never even been close to that. My goal would be to compete the same way we competed for 20 years or whatever. Murph talked about this, and the other clubs regardless, they don't, it's not the big markets. Anybody we play, they know they're in for a tough series always.
That's Mark Attanasio, and I'll be honest, I'm Jim Rutledge, Alex G with you. We are in the Everlight Solar Studio along with Twinsies, Chrissy Birdsall, and Primetime Wollersheim. They both are wearing, I guess, cardinal red zipped attire. I guess one's a full zip, one's a quarter zip, but close enough. Ryan got a fresh haircut today, G.
He did. I said it as soon as he walked in. I was like, oh my gosh, nice haircut.
You know who didn't say it when they first saw me today?
Who?
Jim.
Jim Rutledge?
Judgmental
Jim Rutledge,
Jim.
who's on these very airwaves not 3 weeks ago talking about how nobody said anything about his haircut.
Yeah, I only care about me. Wait, this is new?
People like me.
Ryan wears a hat all the time. I don't know what the state of his hair is.
That's true. But it's
Honestly,
really cleaned up.
The tell is probably he's not wearing a hat.
That's not a bad sign, honestly. That's actually a really good sign.
I'll get back to our Brewers thing, but I'm going to give you guys, maybe you don't need this tip, but I feel like I'm not the only guy who struggles when their significant other gets their hair cut. And, if you're married to a woman, longer hair, they get the haircut. And unless it's something dramatic, you don't necessarily notice all the time. So, and this was not even with my wife, who was a prior girlfriend before her. And she got her haircut and I didn't notice. So then I started, when she'd get her haircut, I made a reminder on my phone.
Yeah.
And so then I would just say, oh, you got your haircut. That worked until she had to cancel. And I was like, oh, your hair looks great. She's like, I didn't get my haircut today. But in general, I think it's a way to at least set yourself up for success.
And see, what's nice is I've got this really long curly hair. My girlfriend has the same long curly hair, and she's been very good about helping me, like how to manage it, all that stuff. And so I know when she's getting a haircut because she's like, you should come to my haircut lady. And I don't care. I go to wherever is close and cheap. And for the first time ever, that did bite me in the butt. But it just, every time she's like, oh, well, I'm going to go in. You want me to make you an appointment? So it's such a pageant leading up to it that, like, I'm never going to miss it. And also, because we're always talking about hair, like, I notice it.
Well, and my wife, she does, I feel like we're right here. My wife, she will.
My wife.
She usually colors her hair. So then, like, for the season. Yeah. So that's obviously a tell. If I'm not noticing that, then it's a little bit of a miss.
That makes a ton of sense. And again, like,
you lighten for the summer, you darken for the winter.
The other part about it is I'm a child of the 21st century, effectively, right? Like, I've got a shared calendar with my girlfriend. I know everything that's going on. I know when she has her haircuts.
What? I don't have a shared calendar with my wife.
Why not?
Huh?
One, she's not really a tech person, so like she writes everything down to begin with.
On a paper calendar?
Yeah, we have a big paper calendar in the house.
But that's effectively a shared calendar, right? And my girlfriend and I don't live together yet. We've split, so it's easy to just look at my phone. We've never lived together.
No, but you said you split.
Yeah, I realize that sounds wrong. Right.
I don't want her to be listening and be like, what?
She is listening. And hi, Elfie. Huh? She's fantastic. But I will say my ex-partner got a haircut at one point, and it was really bad. And I didn't know how to approach that. And so, that was
you just roll with whatever they feel about it.
Oh, man. They were like, what? You're not, excited about it? I was like, no, I am. Great. I'm like very happy for you. It was like it was the worst I've done as a partner, I think, ever, maybe. Just not supporting. It was real short. It was weird. I did bad.
All right. Would you rather root for a team that is just entertaining every year or a team that goes all in to win championships? That is our Siding Unlimited poll question. You can chime in on the Carbless Talking text line, 844-770-3776. This is more. Right now, 87% of you say goes all in. He's Alex G. I'm Jim Rutledge. We're in the Everlight Solar Studio. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube. You got to get out of here in a second, but you got one thought?
Well, I was just going to say, I know we always are doing this because we're talking about the Brewers and all that, but like the Packers are just as guilty. They don't go get the guys we want every year. It happened once in 2018, 2019. Like that's the last time it's happened.
Also, you might have to make a phone call according to the talking text line. So you go ahead and make that call and smooth things out because we're going to get to the Minute to Win It by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. Well, we have Chrissy Birdsall still in the studio. That's a wild way to break up with someone, right? Just on the air, just say, hey, we split. It's pretty insane.
That might be like a top 10 worst breakup of all time. I think that's worse than text.
Announcing to the public before you announce it to the significant other. That's like cutting a player before, or
at least find an Adam Schefter, an intermediary, to let them know first.
Should have told Jesse Nelson, insider, ESPN Madison insider, to break
on
the
relationships.
News. Yeah, producer extraordinaire.
Yeah. Right. Yes.
Doesn't trip to work most days.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the process. Whether you start dating someone or you end dating someone, you run it by Jesse Nelson, and he'll break the news. Brian knows the process.
We have important processes here. We have to follow the rules. We have to follow the process.
We've got Metro Kia breaking news.
Exactly.
And we got to make sure that it's trusted breaking news, brought to you by our trusted friends over at Metro Kia and Metro Florida Madison, the Metro family of dealerships. All right.
So should we have dropped the Metro Kia breaking news sounder when Alex G did that just now?
Yes.
By the way, Alfie, if you're out there, it's over.
She's messaged in, so... I wasn't kidding that Alex might make a quick phone call.
Yeah. Well, he's given us enough time to set up the... North and South Seafood and Smokehouse Minute to Win It list today. But since we're talking about the Milwaukee Brewers, and I think Mark Attanasio, who really prides himself on being a small market team, why don't we go with the 10 smallest MLB teams in terms of market size?
Okay, that's good. I was worried you were going to go off the payroll because he had that in front of him.
Nah,
payroll should be an indicator, but not 100%. So what do we think? 6.5?
6.5. I mean, G does not know baseball very well. I'd be curious if he can.
Does he
name
know
all
geography in cities? Like he knows the sizes of places.
Yeah, but does he know where the baseball teams are per se? I mean, most of these are cities that also have other pro teams. So, I would put him at. He does study geography a lot, actually. I would say 5.5.
5.5?
Yeah, 5.5.
All right. What numbers are we doing?
Well, the Brewers are the 30th size team, so color 0 doesn't work. Let's go. 1971 was when they were first formed, so color 7, color 1.
1 and 7.
1 and 7.
I always just do this dyslexic thing to me here. All right. Trying to throw me off. All right, so caller number 1 and caller number 7, you're at least going to get a $25 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. If you pick the correct over-under, you'll get a $50 gift card to North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. 844-770-3776. Again, 844-770-3776. You're going to at least get a $25 gift card if you're caller 1 or 7. It might even be a $50 gift card if you're caller number 1 or 7. 844-770-3776. We'll come back and play Minute to Win It.
Hey, this is Matt's Chicago Doppelganger. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Starion Bank, with 3 Madison area locations in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona. Starion Bank is here investing in your community. Start your experience at starionbank.com. Member FDIC. Stating their case, Matt LePay of the Badger Radio Network joining Monday's edition of Wilde and Tausch. Even the voice of Badger men's hoops caught off guard by the team's booming success. LePay on watching Wisconsin's ascension.
With the transfer portal and the way rosters turn over, it's truly a guessing game. I had no idea what this team was capable of being, but that Arizona game to me was an indicator that, this team is going to score a lot of points when it's at its best, and it could play with anybody.
Get 0% interest for up to 6 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Our team installs year-round, so why wait? Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This station has conducted a test of the emergency alert system.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds, through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
We are always running for the thrill.
Wollersheim just being mean at this point in the Everlight Solar Studio. I am Jim Rutledge alongside Alex G. You can see us on the ESPN Madison YouTube. Chrissy Birdsall in here as well. And
there's nothing mean about it. This is primetime Wollersheim talking now, but we want our fans to know how Matt Hamilton, our Olympic gold medalist, is doing. And
I just love you in third person there.
Well, I just wanted to make sure people know who I was. I'm trying to clarify.
Chrissy, can you deliver the update on Matt Hamilton third person, please, though?
Unfortunately, despite a great comeback from Team Ham, they did lose 6-5.
What does this mean?
What's sad music?
David Deerfield chimes in.
Oh, talking text line.
On the talking text line, 844-770-3776. This is more. He's mad at you about your Brewers lineage.
When the team started?
They weren't formed in 1971. My bro-in-law and 4 other families gave Bud the money to get the Seattle Pilots.
Pilots. That was the only text I saw on the text line was just the word pilots.
That was from David Deerfield, and then he added to it. So,
Pilots.
Be better.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I believe they also started in 1970, the Brewers did. So I was a year off.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. Hey, look, I didn't want the number 0, so I kind of made it up.
I think that Brewers is a fantastic name for a team based in Wisconsin. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah. They really nailed the branding.
I'm sorry.
This was your first time.
I'm sorry. What?
No, I'm aware that it's been good. But this is it just crossed my mind. Most teams are. I think part of it's because I've been paying attention to the WNBA and they've got all these fun, interesting names. The Dream, whatever. But Brewers nails it for Wisconsin.
It does,
and it's still a fine team name. Sometimes it's a little too creative.
Packers, if we're being honest, that's a very specific job. It's not really unique to Wisconsin.
It worked in 1921. Admittedly,
is it paper cheese? What?
1919.
I believe it's meatpacking.
It was meatpacking.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What about the Steelers?
Steelers is good. Steelers is right there
name.
With the Brewers.
Sure, absolutely.
It's a cool name.
We might have to throw this out as a secondary poll question after. And I don't like Alex G's chances now that he just realized the Brewers was.
I know. I assumed this was going to be Brewer related. I'm sweating.
Yeah,
actively.
But this is the lineage of the word brewer. You're hey, you know what? Kind of works.
Yeah, beer's been around for a long time.
Kind of works.
They like
beer
let's get
here. To a minute to win it.
Will they beat the odds?
I say everything with pure confidence, whether I think I'm totally right or not.
Or crumble under pressure?
I legitimately know one of these. I legitimately have one.
This is the Minute to Win It, presented by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse, with 3 locations in Madison, DeForest, and Verona.
Yeah, Alex G, hopefully the misconnection between your mind and the Brewers team name doesn't hold you back here because you're going to be listing off some MLB teams for us. And you're going to be taking the top 10 teams, or bottom 10 teams, I guess, in the MLB, in terms of market size.
Market size.
Television market size. So Mark Attanasio prides himself on the Brewers being a small market team, so let's see who the smallest market teams in the MLB are. Your timer starts now.
Well, then I automatically get Brewers.
They are the smallest.
I imagine the St. Louis Cardinals are in there.
The St. Louis Cardinals are in there. They're the 7th smallest.
7th smallest. This is now we're starting to get into I'm trying to think really hard. The Mariners?
The Seattle Mariners are not in the bottom 10 of the top 10 smallest markets.
I hear what you're saying. I think Arizona's still pretty big. Baltimore's big. Tampa's small.
Tampa?
Not that small.
Not that small.
Man, this is tough. I spend a lot of time thinking about the larger ones. Man, I don't.
What are you doing right now?
I'm just thinking hard. All right, I'm not used to playing this game, and now we're talking about markets, and that's I don't know.
His brain's making noises.
Yeah. So Minneapolis is too big. Let's go with Wow, that's a minute, huh? I didn't want to fail out, right? I think I feel a little bit better than.
You want to strike out? You mean?
Yeah.
Baseball.
Yeah, strike. What was my over-under set?
What sport is fail out at all? That's not even a...
That's a test. G was just taking a test
you
in
just
school.
fail.
Yes.
Yeah, fail out of school.
Okay.
Flunk out?
Flunk out, yeah.
Flunk out.
But strike was the right term there, sure.
Yeah.
We've been talking a lot of baseball.
You know,
and
you get 3 incorrect answers, like 3 strikes.
Right, and I'd rather just like take the pitch clock problem.
What?
The timer, I guess. The pitch clock is not nearly that long in baseball. Otherwise, nobody would be watching baseball.
No.
That's my favorite baseball invention, by the way.
They did a good job with that, yeah.
The pitch clock?
Oh, God.
Very smart.
Made the sport palatable.
Yeah. More palatable than some it is for some Brewers fans.
What did you set my over/under at?
5.5.
I should have done more, but I am embarrassed.
See, I thought because your job day to day is to be someone who does outreach for like possible businesses who might want to
100%.
advertise. And a lot of that is based off of like market sizes where certain pro sports teams are located.
You're right.
I thought you really would have had a better handle on this.
I am shocked at how bad I did.
Well, I'll name some of the teams you missed. So you got the Brewers. They are the smallest. Then there's the Cincinnati Reds. Not a huge market,
That makes
Cincinnati.
sense.
The Kansas City Royals.
Chiefs win.
Surprising that one of the best teams in the NFL is in one of the smaller markets in the country. But anyways.
That one I didn't know. I'm going to be full. My bad.
Fair enough. And then the San Diego Padres, a smaller market apparently. So Baltimore Orioles are on there. You could have said that. You held yourself back, unfortunately.
Seattle has more people than Baltimore?
Seattle is, according to this list I found, they are the 12th largest market. But that's also going based off of that Chicago, New York, LA.
Right. That's fair.
And then you also miss the Pittsburgh Pirates. So really just like any teams in the AFC North you should have listed off. And then also the Cleveland Guardians, once again, the AFC North. And then the last two were the Denver or Colorado Rockies. And then, where they all crush Coors Lights. And then the Miami Fort Lauderdale Marlins. Yeah.
And Miami's, I think of Miami as bigger than it is, but again, we're talking about DMAs, right? Not just the cities themselves.
Pretty much, exactly. Yeah, Tampa Bay is apparently larger than that. And then you also, the biggest ones, San Francisco, Boston, Washington, D.C., Houston, Atlanta, the Dallas area where the Rangers are, Philly, Chicago, L.A., and New York.
Yeah, I think, I could be wrong on this, but it feels like the larger the market itself, actually, the larger the city itself, sometimes it just becomes like, okay, that city is its own thing alone, and everything around it becomes
sometimes
a different, specifically on the East Coast, maybe.
Yeah, Philly for sure.
What?
Defend yourself. I don't know.
I didn't mention Philly, but like Baltimore is a pretty major city, but it's so close to D.C. It's got other things bumping up against it. Philadelphia in particular, so. Those markets the DMAs have to absorb some of those people, I imagine, is all I was trying to say.
We're getting too into the weeds now.
Yes.
Yeah. Way too behind the curtain.
I want to get into this sustained excellence / winning because regular season standings for the last decade, and I see some Packer fans trying to take a victory lap on this, which is honestly pathetic. Since 2015, Packers had the best winning percentage. They ain't the best team in the NFC. If that doesn't prove the point of who nobody cares about regular season wins, I don't know what does.
But I think that the fans do care, is what you're seeing there.
I guarantee. What do you mean? What am I seeing here?
Fans
care about winning a Super Bowl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
because
they care about winning a Super Bowl, but the fans are enjoying the fact that the Packers have the best winning percentage.
I guarantee Philadelphia is having more fun.
I mean, yes, but I agree.
The Rams had more fun. Tampa's had more fun.
Tampa had
Tampa's got a Super Bowl not that long.
Tampa had spring break.
Your Super Bowl is dusty as hell.
Yeah.
Tampa got a Super Bowl.
It's also 2 stories tall.
Look, that's loser talk from you. We'll talk about it on the other side. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Dinner just got easier and tastier. Pizza Hut's Ultimate Hut Bundle is here to save the day. Starting at just $24.99, you can get any 2 medium pizzas, 8 boneless wings in your favorite flavor, and your choice of cinnamon, cheese, or breadsticks with 2 dips. Feed the family or wow your friends without breaking the bank. The Ultimate Hut Bundle is only here for a limited time. Hurry in and order online today at pizzahut.com. The Ultimate Hut Bundle. Only at Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hi, this is Dave Kane. You're listening to Madison's Home of the Bucks, a good Karma brand radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center Update brought to you by Milwaukee Brewers Baseball on ESPN Madison. Listen to every game this season, starting with opening day on March 27th, right here on Madison's new home of Milwaukee Brewers Baseball, 100.5 ESPN. And Brewers owner Mark Attanasio sending the Brewers fan nation ablaze today with some of his comments last night down at spring training at the AmFam facility down there for the Brewers. Here's what he had to say to the assembled media last night when asked about whether or not it's his job to win a World Series or to field an entertaining squad.
You know, the steward of baseball here. Is my job to win a World Series? Now it's going to, everybody say, oh, he doesn't think he has to win a World Series. But it's my job to win a World Series. It's my job to provide a summer of entertainment and passion and way for families to come together.
Stay tuned for the second hour of Jim, Matt, and Molly as we continue to discuss whether or not it's important to be a good regular season team or a team that goes all in for championships. Green Bay Packers, take note. Second hour of Jim, Matt, and Molly starts right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Everybody's ego takes a shot on this show.
You gotta keep your chill with Jim, Matt, and Molly.
I am savage.
So you're not special.
Jim, if we want to play this game, we can play this game.
And I'm just like, oh my God, this guy's going to swing on Jim. He's a complicated fellow.
People like me.
I don't think so.
This is Jim, Matt, and Molly. Presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN.
We're learning a lot about each other.
I'm going to match your energy, and if you're going to bring false titles, I'll bring false titles.
They're not false. Your 6 are real. My 4 are real.
But they're old as hell.
Amen.
Because I'm here for whatever. Do they still give out Oreos at dry cleaners?
What?
Huh? Is that not a thing?
Wait, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Your family never told you don't take candy from strangers.
I wasn't going in alone. I was 4. I don't know. I don't know why this is a big deal.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio in downtown Madison. Alongside America's favorite Alex Gravatt. Here's Jim Rutledge.
It is Jim, Matt, and Molly. We are live in the Everlight Solar Studio. By we, Matt Hamilton's not here. Molly Brown's out with babies. It's me and Alex G along with Chrissy Birdsall in the Everlight Solar Studio and her twin, Primetime Wollersheim, on the other side of the glass. He is working on a special guest, so hopefully we'll be able to be joined by a special guest here in a minute. What? We were talking, thanks to Mark Attanasio, inciting fury from Brewer fans with his comments that we'll have Ryan get to later because he's efforting our guest. But you tell me if they're ready, Ryan, if we can get to it, because I know you're doing multiple things back there.
Which one do you want?
I want his infuriating comments about, I'm just here for a good time.
Oh, okay.
That's basically Mark Attanasio's mindset as an owner. I'm just here for a good time.
I'm here for a good time too, Jim. Let's hear what Mark Attanasio's good idea of a good time is.
All right. No wonder you don't have a
Some of the
girlfriend.
questions, what's your job? Forget about calling yourself, if you're the steward of baseball here. Is my job to win a World Series? Now it's going to, everybody say, oh, he doesn't think he has to win a World Series. But it's my job to win a World Series. It's my job to provide a summer of entertainment and passion and way for families to come together.
Your job is to win a World Series and also let people have a good time. Because, and I want to tie this to the Packers, but I'm sorry, winning regular season games and never getting it done in the playoffs starts to get infuriating. I understand there's levels to this. Like, obviously, not winning a title or winning regular season games matters. But, like, if I throw out right now, the Packers have won the most games in the regular season since 2015. They're 100
in the NFC.
In the NFC, they are 163-1. You know who's number 2? The Minnesota Vikings. So regular season wins clearly meaningless because you cannot crown your ass as the Green Bay Packers as the number 1 team in the NFC since 2015 when the Vikings are number 2, because no sane person would say the Vikings are number 2. And let's be honest, the Packers and the Vikings have been, it's a 1-win difference And
they share the tie.
And here's the thing. They're the same damn team. And neither one of those, since 2015, they're the same damn team. And nobody's calling the Vikings the best team in the NFC. You know who people might be calling the best team in the NFC since 2015? I don't know. The Philadelphia Eagles. They got a Super Bowl. Seattle went to the Super Bowl and lost to New England in 2015. So I would think at a bare minimum, getting to the Super Bowl matters. Rams fans have it pretty good. They've won 91 games since 2015, and they won a Super Bowl. And I think they got to one, too, with Jared Goff in that same window. So, I'm sorry, any Packer fan trying to take a victory lap on regular season wins since 2015, that ain't it. Because you know what? Detroit's low on this list, but if you went over the last 3 years, they're beating your ass every year. So, regular season wins ain't it. Because Packer fans, I know for a fact, love to dunk on the Vikings and Lions for not winning a Super Bowl. You know who hasn't won a Super Bowl in a long-ass time also? Packers.
It's not the same. Neither of those teams have won a Super Bowl.
Alex,
period.
how many Super Bowls? Now you're old enough. How many Super Bowls have the Packers won in your lifetime?
One.
Okay, so you got one more than them.
Yes, and one more appearance and like 9 NFC Championship.
Okay,
appearances.
but we're talking about Super Bowls.
Yes,
and so like
there's
you can't
more
be
to all sports than just the Super Bowl.
No,
I will
because here's
say.
the thing.
Because they've made
to the
runs
Cubs
to
argument.
it.
I don't care about all the other years. The Cubs have gone to the World Series in my lifetime a couple times. Cubs have gone to the NLCS a couple times. I don't care. I don't remember any of those seasons. They all blended to like, hey, that was fun. World Series is what matters. Packer fans lie and tell themselves Super Bowl wins don't matter because they don't got them.
No.
You'd
because
rather
we
be
have
at Philadelphia.
so many in the bank. We've got family Super
No,
Bowls.
we've
all
already
right?
talked about this. This is stupid. I don't want to hear this argument about Super Bowls won generations before you were born. Like, I'm sorry, that ain't happening.
It's part of the culture that is the team.
Culture. Get out of here with that.
It is the culture. There is a culture around the Green Bay Packers that is stronger
talk.
than
If you
anybody.
want to hold that loser talk, you hold on to that.
Listen,
you hold on to the past.
You can't tell
Rip
me
the
how
past,
to be a fan.
Yeah, I am telling you that you are. I am telling you
You're
how
just
your
so mad that your team has won one.
I feel
one
bad.
ever.
I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you because if you're gripping to holding on a Super Bowl that was before your parents were born, I feel bad for you. But that's not here anymore. So no, I'm not mad. I pity you because you should hold yourself to a higher standard because you've had three Hall of Fame quarterbacks, 30 years in a row. I'm not counting Jordan Love. I'm counting Bart Starr. But when you have Aaron Rodgers into Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, and you got 2 Super Bowl wins.
You can't count Brett. You can count Brett Favre. You can't count Bart Starr.
I know. What I'm saying is that even under that 30-year window, you got 2. All right, but we need to take a break here. Not an actual break, but we need to break from me talking about how the Brewers and the Packers are mirroring each other. And a 1, a 2, a 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Matthew. Happy birthday to you. Hey, Matt. Matt Hamilton.
Good job, guys. Thank you.
A winner, a gold medalist. I don't care about anything else he's done on the curling ice. He is a gold medalist because winning it all is what matters. And Matt, thank you for joining your own show.
Yeah, appreciate it, Jim. I mean, I should point out I haven't won since 2018. That medal's getting a little dusty.
Yeah, but here's the thing. We were talking about the Brewers here. Is your job as a curler to go out and win a gold medal, or is it a good job to go out there and just provide a good time for the fans?
Oh, it's definitely to go out and win a gold medal.
Yes.
And you're right. That was an insane answer to that. Like, here's the thing. Say your job's to win a World Series, and if you do that, people are going to have a good time. So I will accomplish both of those goals by accomplishing the first goal. Just justifying that, like, it kind of just proves what we've been saying forever. All Attanasio wants to do is be good enough to put butts in seats and sell a bunch of tickets, and however the postseason rolls out, it rolls out. Like, he doesn't want a bad team because people won't show up, but if they're good enough to, like, be a fringe playoff team, he's going to have that. That's the goal, and that's the problem with the Brewers for a really long time.
And we actually, setting aside the Packers, we juxtaposed the Bucks to this. The Bucks have probably hindered their chance to have sustained success, but they got a title. So nobody really cares. And this is still entertaining. You go to a Bucks game, you're going to have a good time. You're seeing 2 Hall of Famers in Giannis and Dame play ball, and you're seeing a Hall of Fame coach, Doc Rivers. Like, you're still having a good time. They might not win a title, but nobody really cares because they got the title. And you got that. You do get a window of enjoying the title, and the Bucks got it. Now, when you're pushing past a decade, you got to put away the title. It's getting a little dusty. Yours isn't your gold medal. A little different because they only even happen every 4 years. I feel like the gold medal is dustless.
Right. You are one event removed from a gold medal.
So
I'm one Olympics removed. You're right.
But also gold medal it's one of the rarer things in sports. So, and we're not just saying that because you're joining. But anyways, the Bucks, Matt, on the flip side, they went all in, and fans we want another ring, but we got a ring.
Not only that, they tried to go all in with this Dame thing. They tried to make something else happen. There's plenty of instances, and I can't draw on them because they didn't end up champions, but teams go all in and it doesn't work out. So at the end of the day, the leagues are 32 teams in the NFL, 30 some in baseball, and probably right around that for basketball. Only one team can end their season on a win that matters, and that's the team that wins the championship. So it's a tough thing to quantify it, right? You could say the Bills have gone all in by signing Josh Allen and trying to get as much help for him, but they haven't gotten it done.
Mm-hmm.
The Bucks made a big move to get Dame, thinking that this was the ticket to being a more high-flying, high-scoring offense because you have that perimeter shooter that could be consistently on the floor, unlike Middleton, who wasn't on the floor enough. He was our guy kind of on the outside or jump shot or shooting guard, but he just wasn't able to get it done. So, yeah, I think Attanasio has some that he needs to think how he phrases that kind of stuff to the media because
you know what it reminded me of?
Fans want to win.
It's very Mark Murphy-esque.
Oh, yeah.
What are we doing, Mark? You're out here buying soccer teams. Your team is worth $1.3 billion more than what you paid for, and you don't have to be a financial wizard or even just a diehard sports expert to understand that the money in sports is not the year-to-year cash flow. It is the appreciation of the asset of your sports team. So don't try to tell us, we need to turn up. No, you don't. You bought it. We all understand if you bought something for $600,000 and it's worth $1.7 billion, you got the money.
Yeah. And the other crazy part about that too is you don't even have to your team doesn't even have to be that much better. If the league becomes more popular, your team is going to be more valuable. He did a good job, but I think he's done a good job. Don't get me wrong. I think the Brewers have maintained some relevance in the MLB, but they've never seemed like they've fielded a team for a long time. That's this team can get it done. Maybe since the CC Sabathia season.
Well, because Matt, and you referenced that season, and I'm sure I'm probably missing one here, but that's the big example of they traded prospects to go all in and get CC Sabathia, because that's the other part of it. You're in this. It's not basketball. It's the term used to be basketball hell, where you're all right, the Bucks used to be there. They didn't have a star. They keep on getting the 4 or 5 seed. I would call this more like baseball purgatory, where you are constantly making the playoffs, but you get no chance to win the World Series. But you're never going to make the move to go get a midseason trade acquisition because you can't trade the prospects because they're the lifeblood of your team, and you always need them to backfill. So you never can give up prospects to go get a guy that could push you over the top to win a World Series. And so the only other way to do it would be sign a guy 1 year, $25 million. Get in on some of these contracts of these players hanging around that might be looking for a 1 or 2 year deal. That it could be a lot per year, but in the long term of things, if you sign someone for 2 years, $60 million, okay, that's $30 million per year, but you're out in 2 years. Matt doesn't like that take.
Yeah, I guess not.
No, he likes it so little he disconnected himself, it seems.
He hung up on you.
Yeah.
Man.
When was the last time someone just actually hung up on you?
I mean, you're probably similar to mine. I feel like sometimes when you're doing the business development side of things, people hang up on you.
Yeah, it'll happen, but I the phone slap close is not that was the old cell phone. That was great. That was if you had a fight or something and you were able to just slap your phone close, hang up on the dial. I'm just old enough to remember those.
See, I'm old enough to remember just slamming the phone down.
Right.
Yeah, just hang it up.
But I never had I had the wireless phone.
No, at home, obviously growing up, I'm not that old. We had wireless phones, but here at the office when I got started, even on the sales side of things, but even I was producing, you pick up. We had we still have hardline phones. Yeah. So but on the sales side of things, everyone had a phone at their desk. and you just pop it up and make some calls on your phone.
That's nice. Yeah, we got Microsoft Teams. Somebody left me a Teams voicemail. I didn't know that was even possible.
I don't really care for Teams.
That's fair.
Yeah. Just shoot me a text.
Yeah.
And if you don't know me, why are you bothering me?
What's the worst?
Yeah.
Is when you're in the middle of calling into your own radio show and your grandma apparently calls to talk to you. And that's why we lost Matt Hamilton.
You know what? Grandma does take precedent.
Happy birthday, Matt.
Yeah, honestly, it is Matt's birthday.
Wait, so did he text you to let you? He's not back. He let you know that I'm on the phone with Grandma.
Now I'm texting him to try and get him reconnected right now.
Okay.
We're going through some technical difficulties.
Well, because that's the other
now.
part that having used the technology that he uses, that when a call comes in, it really can jam you up. If you hit the wrong button, it can jam you up because the app will kind of mirror your phone. And so like on an iPhone, your phone gets confused, and then it can really mess it up there. So hopefully I get a chance to hear from Matt Hamilton in a minute there.
Everything's under control. Situation normal. We're fine.
Let me tell you about systems under control. Everything's normal. With my Big Blue truck from Simon Chevy in Mount Horeb, I have had no issues getting through the snow. I can start my truck. And if honestly, this is on me, I haven't done it, but I could have paid the extra for an OnStar. I can remote start from the studio. I contemplated adding it for a month and just being like, all right, start the car like last segment and then just make my way out there. And then it's got heated seats and the heated steering wheel. Like I would just walk into basically like the keys, like right inside my car.
I think I would give up. I would prefer every car has heated seats. The heated steering wheel is actually way more impactful for me. The cold hands is real.
Yes. I never realized the importance of having the heated steering wheel until I had one. But I do love that my prior truck did not start the heated seats when I started the car, remote start, and now it starts the heated seats when I start the truck.
And Simden hooked you up, yeah.
Yeah, so it's fantastic. Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, you're minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. What's a better buying experience? It's a customized experience to you. You want to go in there, you want to trust the expert, they can be that for you. If you're going in there, you know exactly what you want. They can just be a sounding board and tell you, hey, this color, this option, that option. So there are so many different things that Simden Chevy can be. That's the difference of being a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. You're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb. And we're gonna step aside here. We'll come back and we'll maybe talk to Matt Hamilton. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening live from St. John's, Newfoundland. The Newfies love Jim, Matt, and Molly. 100.5 ESPN Madison.
One word captures why so many businesses choose to do business with James Imaging Systems. Local. Local business technology. Local support. Local accountability. Listen to James' client Daniel Bertelson, RE/MAX Preferred CEO.
James Imaging is one of the vendors that we use to move all of our documents and set up networks and utilize their equipment for scanning and storage purposes.
Local support works for James' client Josh Gabel, Service Manager with Kirsch Appliance.
Yep, things happen. They can come out and fix it and leave us to what we're needing to do.
Jennifer Wilger, Purchasing Manager with Baker Manufacturing, likes the local accountability from the James Imaging Systems people.
They're an absolutely wonderful partner for us. They go above and beyond.
Local business technology, local support, local accountability. Get it all from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 608-221-3457 or visit jamesimaging.com.
It's time for the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 100.5 ESPN.
Lillard's going to tee up a three, and he splashes it through for the left wing.
Brought to you by Michelob Ultra, the official beer of the Milwaukee Bucks.
All-Star Weekend has come and gone for the NBA, and when it comes to Damian Lillard's quest for a three-peat in the NBA's All-Star three-point contest, the Magic wasn't quite there, and he did not advance out of the first round. In the mini-tournament of sorts for the All-Star game itself, Damian Lillard on Team Shaq winning the title. Meanwhile, Giannis once again deciding not to play to rest his sore calf. As for what's ahead, here's Dame on the rest of the season.
But I think the number one thing for us is going to be our health. We got to be on the floor together so that we can, get things completely figured out, and then we got to do it for a longer period of time.
Bucks are back in action on Thursday night, taking on the Clippers at Fiserv Forum before a big game against Chris Middleton and the Wizards in D.C. on Friday night.
This has been your Milwaukee Basketball Report on Madison's home for Bucks basketball, 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. It's no wonder that ZipRecruiter is the place for skilled skydiving instructors, accomplished airbrush artists, and proficient pediatricians. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter to hire, you're missing out. ZipRecruiter is the place that's so confident it can make your hiring easier that it lets you try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. So if you want the right candidates for all your roles, ZipRecruiter is the place to go. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
I'm not singing again, Matt Hamilton.
Happy birthday.
He's Alex G. Chrissy Birdsall in the Everlight Solar Studio. Primetime Orshon behind the glass. Chrissy and Prime twinning today in their Cardinal Red full and quarter zip. And apparently, Matt, Prime has gotten a little big for his britches because now he doesn't even tell me things. He told Chrissy that you're on the line, and Chrissy was supposed to tell me that you're on the line. So this is where we're at now with Prime.
Can we stop that right now? Can we stop? It's because you don't put your headphones on during breaks, and there's no way for me to communicate with you through the glass.
Maybe it's that. Maybe
you
it's
wonder why the glass has so many
Actively
smudges.
is. There, you just turn the room volume up for a second, Prime. I know about
All right,
this.
I will blast your ears from now on.
Let's
G.
do it.
What? Matt Hamilton back on. Matt Hamilton, birthday boy. He shared his thoughts on the Brewers and Mark Attanasio's insane take that basically said, "Hey, I'm just here for a good time. I'm just here to have you a good time." And Matt, I think you and I are on the same ilk that the Brewers sure give off the vibes of a team that, hey, we just want to win and put out a fun product until September, because if we fail, Brewer fans have moved their attention to the Packers. They'll be mad for a few days, and then they'll move on, and they'll be excited again. Spring's eternal, and everyone's excited for baseball. We are. Baseball's on our radio here on ESPN Madison on Saturday, and Brewer fans, here's my take, Matt. I want your thoughts on it. I just think Brewer fans deserve better from their ownership.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things. Like it's kind of a slippery slope. Like, because how far do you think you can put your team back if you go all in and fail? Like, how many years could you put yourself in the doghouse?
Right.
Realistically.
Not that. I mean, a couple years. Yeah.
I understand. Like, and that's. Like, I heard some of your comparisons to the Packers, and I don't think you're entirely wrong. I have never in my life have I thought the Packers had gone all in except for the year they got Charles Woodson. That was the only time I felt like, and honestly, part of it was like we had a lot of other pieces around us, so we didn't have to go like all in.
Okay,
so, like,
this is something you might be able to talk to more.
Concern is,
what about like the 96-97 season? Right? Like I was not aware at that point, but like those seasons when they made those Super Bowl runs, did it feel like those were all in?
They did when they went and got Reggie White. That was like kind of an all-in move. He was the best pass rusher in the NFL. It'd be like the Packers going out and get Myles Garrett now. Now, granted, there were other pieces in place that I'm not totally sure the Packers have in place currently. So it's one of those things like if that is your move to go all in, do you have the other pieces to the puzzle to make a complete picture, a Super Bowl picture? And my problem with the Brewers is I feel like they just always want to be relevant enough to win. The Packers always want to be relevant and maybe find that one little sweet spot where all the guys that they drafted are working out okay. They got a couple good free agency moves at a value deal, and then they just need to find one or two pieces to really make it happen. And that's kind of how I feel it happened with Reggie White, but I was really young and I wasn't super paying attention to who players were at the time. I was just go Packers because I was like 6 or 7 years old. I was 4 or 5 when we got Reggie White. So I can say, though, when they went out and got Charles Woodson, we had a wide receiving lineup. We had a serviceable running back, obviously Aaron Rodgers. The defense with Clay Matthews and some of the other playmakers on that side of the ball were good enough. But we're good, but maybe not good enough to get it done. Getting Charles Woodson to lead that locker room, not only on the field with his play, but off the field with his just energy and that dog energy he brought, that was their kind of all-in move.
Dog.
But it always seems like they had to wait until they found enough pieces where we don't need to go out and get 5 guys, 4 guys. Let's just dance around, get a couple, and see what's good. And the Packers like to stay relevant. They don't want to sacrifice the future to be super great now and potentially be a 2-15, a 3-14 team for a year or two because they had to let all their good players walk because they are in cap hell, so to speak. But I think I understand why the Packers always want to be relevant because hey, if we can just be really good and make the playoffs every year, there's a shot. But realistically, this Packers team going into the playoffs this year is didn't feel like we had much of a shot against Philly.
Matt, I know that when you get back to the Madison area, you'll be happy to be back with Jim, Matt, and Molly, but also I'm sure to see your friends at Metcalf's Market.
Oh, my gosh. We've been going grocery shopping out here, and I am missing all the fantastic produce that I get from Metcalf's Market, and I'm missing out on some of those sweet deals that I can get from being a Metcalf's member. The best part about Metcalf's members is you can be one for free. Sign up for free. Coupons every single day. Thousands of dollars to be saved on everyday items. They've got that fantastic Piedmontese beef. They've got the amazing seafood section. A specialty cheese selection, absolutely to die for, a huge liquor and beer section. I don't know what you're waiting for. Go to Metcalf's Market at Hilldale, West Town Mall, or in Wauwatosa and bring local home.
Matt, good luck later tonight.
Yeah, the mountains are blue right now because I've been trying this whole sober train prior to curling, and it hasn't been working out. So we're going to try and have a beer and see how that goes.
Well, hopefully look, if the mountains are blue, you know what to do, and that's go ahead and win one.
And let's go ahead and win a game. I would sure like to do that.
Let's go.
Theoretically, if we win out, we're still in the mix, Jimmy. So
all right. Yeah,
we have a chance still.
We're rooting for you. Go win out, and you deserve a birthday win. Thanks, Matt.
Yeah. Thank you much. See you guys.
All right. That's our gold medalist, forever gold medalist, Matt Hamilton here on Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN, ESPN Madison on YouTube, and Wisconsin On Demand. UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Jocelyn Brabender from Wisconsin Heights High School. Welcome, Jocelyn.
Thank you. I'm very honored to be able to do this.
You're a Maze Maney resident? What's it like the two communities into one, Black Earth and Mazo, at Wisconsin Heights?
I think it's very nice just having two small communities coming together, just knowing everybody and being very close.
Who's had the biggest influence on you as a student?
My friends have been a big influence, just pushing me to be me. And I think my basketball coach, Mr. Fuchs, has influenced me. He's honestly made me better as a basketball player. He's pushed me, he talks to me. He knows I get frustrated very easily. And I think he's just made me into a better basketball player and person.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
Outside In. That's what we call our Outdoor Living Unlimited showroom at 2018 South Stoughton Road. All the cool stuff you want outside in your yard displayed inside. Patios, decks, pavers, and an automated pergola, fire pit, outdoor kitchen, a putting green, and in-ground pool. Even a converting 3-season room that's either outside or inside. We are Outdoor Living Unlimited. Your outdoor living potential awaits you at our Outside In showroom, 2018 South Stoughton Road. OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealership.
You got a reaction. You got a reaction, didn't you? You took a one orchid. You took a one orchid and turned it blue. Something better than nothing. Something better than nothing.
Jim, Matt, and Molly continues live from the Everlight Solar Studio. Matt Hamilton back early, but he did join the show. You can listen back Wisconsin On Demand, Apple, Spotify, any of those great places. You can watch us on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream as well. Primetime Wollersheim, Chrissy Birdsall twinning in there, Cardinal and White. They're both Cardinal and White there, too. You got the white ESPN, the white Badger logo on there for both of you. Quarter zip for Chrissy. Full zip for Prime. Is that your go-to? Are you a full or quarter zip guy, Prime?
Jim, I wear this full zip every single day.
You're a little bit of Mr. Rogers. Like
I am.
Mr. Rogers would put on like
is hilarious, though.
Well, I don't often wear the other under the quarter zip USA Olympic curling quarter zip that I'm wearing today. I was wearing it for Matt Hamilton. Obviously, it didn't help him and his sister Becca too much today. Yet. True. They're going to win tonight. Let's
go.
But, yeah, I wanted to help support him. And then, honestly, whenever I get into the office, I just feel the need to put on this full zip ESPN Milwaukee sweater.
It's cool in here. I'll give you that.
That's what it is.
Do you have don't read, I'm not trying to be weird. Do you have another shirt on underneath the quarter zip with, that's for Matt Hamilton?
Are you naked underneath? Not to be weird, though.
So you're asking if my undershirt is a Matt Hamilton shirt?
No, you can see I have a quarter zip on. Underneath my quarter zip, I have my Green Bay Packers shirt.
That you do?
Yes. Do you have a shirt underneath your quarter zip?
I can just pull up my quarter zip.
You could just tell me.
Well, I mean, it's better to reveal. Go to the ESPN Madison YouTube stream and you'll find out.
Get some more followers here. Yeah.
Stand up for a second here.
Oh, tucked in shirt.
Oh, there it is.
Big red.
Area red.
Area red. That makes more sense.
Yeah, I'm not a Nebraska fan.
Yeah.
Badgers, big win last night, though.
So you both are wearing T-shirts as your undershirt.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
you don't have undershirts?
Well, is that a thing anymore? Do people like wear
Currently
real
wearing
undershirts?
an undershirt. It's not a regular shirt.
That's
It's
a V-neck.
But it's an undershirt, is my point.
Right. I could use a V-neck for my collared shirts. I don't wear them. Like, I can see your great chest hair, just sticking out.
I'm old. Yes. There
You're
go.
man.
Hey.
I'm a man.
Hey.
And I'm old.
a man. I'm 40.
I got kids.
Sure does.
I
have gray hair on my head, too.
Okay.
But no, there's like a
Knock the mic
conversation around the station where like you don't wear a shirt under your quarter zip, and I think that's weird.
Who's having this conversation?
Jesse and Hunter.
Jesse and Hunter. Okay.
They don't wear shirts under their quarter zip?
I believe that is the case.
What?
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
No.
There needs to be more layers.
I don't mind. Like, I don't
It's
wear.
winter.
I oftentimes wear athletic clothes under my quarter zip so that I can just go straight to the gym after
But like
work or whatever.
even like in the summer, like outside, like if I have a t-shirt, I'll probably not wear anything underneath. But like if I'm wearing a polo, I'll probably wear like an A shirt or not an A shirt, like I don't know the term for it. The shirt,
The tank.
the
Just
tank,
like
tank,
a
thank
tight
you.
tank, yeah.
A tight tank. That's what I'll wear if it's warm. I
Carbon
don't.
World Health. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, well, I walk around, flex a little bit. No, I walk the dog back at home. No matter how great a shape I get at Carbon World Health, I am never going to be the run without a shirt person. I am very happy that basketball has evolved, where at least now every league I play in, it's just bring
Lights
light
versus
and
dark. Yeah, it's not shirt skins.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
It's just gross.
Yeah.
So gross.
My back sweats a lot, and if I get
Everyone sweats a lot.
And
you're playing basketball.
In your basketball league too, is that like shirts versus skins or shirts versus like chest hairs?
Right, but
Right,
also
'cause that's
But
they're all men.
Yeah, exactly.
But even when now I probably haven't played shirts for skins in a decade. But so it's when I was younger and it'd be like shirts for skins, and it's like, what are we doing here?
I did that in soccer
It's
for
honestly
a little
the
while.
best way you could describe it is in the movie Along Came Polly. When Ben Stiller tries to come around a screen and smashes his face into the belly fat of someone.
Philip
and
Seymour Hoffman, right?
Seymour Hoffman, you got sweat and belly fat all over your face and lips. It's
Jim,
just
stop talking.
dazzling details.
Why'd you have to say lips?
But that's what happens.
Yeah,
if
but
you
you
get,
didn't
if
have-
you get
you
a
didn't have
hard
to have-
screen.
You didn't have to have that part.
That's why it's extra bad. You can handle the brush by on another sweaty body when you're playing basketball.
I'm gonna go for the Kamari McGee and just like bang. I'll get ejected from the game. I'm not going face first. I'll get you out of the way one way or another.
Yeah, let's push throwing stones, guys. We got way too into shirts and skins.
You need to gather yourself.
I do. I really do. I need to go change shirts, honestly.
Go be a winner. Winners go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, and that's where winners go. Go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Get yourself some brand new undershirts over at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Go be a winner. Millions of dollars are won every single week in Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. That's where winners go. This is Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light.
Hey, this is Matt's Chicago Doppelganger. You're listening to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN Madison.
If you're looking for a special piece of jewelry for any occasion, Condon Jewelers is always there for you. Condon Jewelers has the best selection of jewelry you'll ever find and guaranteed to have the lowest prices in the Madison area. Free shipping is always available. Visit CondonJeweler.com or call 241-3406 and ask for Jim, the owner, who's at the store every day. Shop locally. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Trax.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV.
Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues.
Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The host might be irrelevant, but the conversations aren't.
By moving Chris Middleton and adding Kyle Kuzma, if you got better, it was by a very, very thin margin, right? You did not get significantly better today.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
But the other big question I think a lot of people are asking, rightfully so, is how's Giannis feel?
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe. Live on ESPN Madison's YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And available wherever you get your podcasts.
When it comes to your body, you want to trust a doctor, and you want to trust the experts. That's why the only place that you should consider going for GLP-1s and semaglutide is Carbon World Health in Madison, because they're run by Dr. Nestor Rodriguez. They have a workout facility and trainers to help you reach your goals, and they can help with dietary suggestions. The experts for semaglutide and GLP-1s is Carbon World Health. Learn more at carbonworldhealth.com.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Welcome back to Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light on 100.5 ESPN. Also brought to you by J&K Security Solutions.
For over 35 years, J&K has been Madison's trusted name in security. Whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, they're your one-stop shop for all things security. From cutting-edge intercom systems for your office to simply replacing that old lock on your front door, they've got you covered with a network of top-tier suppliers. They create customized solutions tailored just for you. At J&K, customer service is their top priority, and your peace of mind is always their mission. Visit them today at jksecurity.com. And experience the J&K difference. Your home, your business, their priority. He's Alex G. I am Jim Rutledge. Christy Birdsall with us. Still after that weird segment in the Everlight Solar Studio. Primetime Wollersheim, 3 layers deep.
Oh, man.
On his shirt.
That's just
on the other side of the glass there. Let's throw some stones.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3,
Some takes are cooler than others.
You know this kid is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
Some opinions are just cooler than the rest.
Now what's cooler than being cool? Ice cold.
And if you keep it chill, then it's a cold take.
Chill out. I'm chill. I'm chill as a cucumber, man.
I'm always the coldest.
This is Throwing Stones, presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's chillest Kia dealership.
Jim, you got a couple stones. Why don't you lead us off?
All right. One, I want to give a piece of advice, a stone here. Do not wear the straight crew neck undershirt as an undershirt unless you are wearing like a crew neck sort of shirt above it. So, like, you better be, like, if you're wearing, like, a hoodie and you want to wear the crew neck underneath, fine. Yeah. But you cannot wear, like, a shirt that I'm wearing today, like a button-up, a flannel or any button-up, and have the crew neck cut across. And it is a very, like, 90s look. And I know 90s is coming back, but not that look.
Okay.
I think it's just, I would highly recommend.
Here's
I would
the thing,
highly recommend against it.
I'm probably just going to wear the flannel, period.
There you go.
Nothing underneath.
What's the term? Forget it. All right.
Yeah. We know the term.
Yeah, but for a top.
Yeah, SEAL Team 6.
Free chested.
Delta Force.
All right, so throwing stones. I want to get to one with, because I don't think the other one around the Bears is necessarily not my stone. The Fight Illini did not shake hands with the Badgers after the win last night. It seems, I'm going to take Underwood, their coach, at his word there that they missed their starting center. He got sick like 24 hours before the game, couldn't play with the flu. One of the players didn't make it to halftime with the flu, so his team is ravaged by the flu, sick players, and so he didn't want to shake hands afterwards because you don't need to take the extra risk And some people are like, oh, well, what about the guys who were playing? Like, obviously, they already passed it along. Sure, but what about the bench players who didn't play? Like, you don't need the extra handshaking. Underwood is very complimentary of the Badgers after the game. There's also a shot of him in the, like, kind of under the bleachers or in the hallways there talking to some of the players and telling them they did well. So I would say totally fair by Underwood. Maybe a little bit of a step too far. Maybe trying to point out the fact that they were missing their starting center and a key reserve to the flu. And maybe that had influence on the game. That could have been the ulterior motive, but I'm still going to give him a pass on it.
And I don't know how long it's been going around, but I heard that it was going around and that this has been a lingering issue for them. And so to avoid getting the Badgers sick, I actually do appreciate that a lot. Like, I would hate if it went into the Big Ten tournament or something like that, or even just the Michigan State game. You know, you want to be at full strength. You want to be healthy. You don't want to have to fight through the flu, because no matter how good you are, at a certain point, that can just affect you. Not everyone gets to be Walter Payton, right? Not everyone gets to be Michael Jordan, which, interesting that both of those folks, Chicago, had the flu, went absolutely berserk. But it's funny because I sent this to you, Ryan. He also, the Illini head coach, also like slapped one of the Badgers' bums after making a pretty nice shot. He just like, bang, right on the tuchus.
Well, and he talked about it post game.
Yeah.
What would you do?
What would you do if you saw one of the players running past you? I mean, you're not going to slap him on a bum after
what's happening here?
Slapping a three?
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't played sports. I never was here for that. Like,
oh, you're not a butt toucher.
I have not. And it's just more of like I could never make that not unnatural. Like I'm not gonna I just don't naturally just slap someone on the butt when they're running by. So male or female. So I can't.
That's good.
Right. But my point is, it's just not. I think there are certain people, and like I played, and you get the slap on the butt. You're like, all right, great.
It makes you uncomfortable.
I not uncomfortable. It's just more like, what are we doing? I wouldn't say uncomfortable because it's not like it's anything like. It's not sexual or in any way. It's just more of like, what? Like, and it's so... Because I think a guy's just in general, you don't really get your butt slapped to begin with. Oh, so for me, it's more disconcerting. Like, what's going on? Oh, we're playing sports.
So,
right,
like,
whatever.
are you a fan of the shoulder pat if you do something good? Like, if we're both getting back on defense after you drain a three and I hit you on the shoulder, good?
I'm not a big toucher. Words are fine. Hey, good job. Nice shot. If you touch me, it's fine.
Hey, man, my... physical touch is my love language. A good shoulder pat.
We don't need a love language while we're playing basketball.
Your what touch?
Physical
touch.
Yeah.
I thought he said fiscal touch. I was like, I just like money.
Yeah,
that's my love language.
actually.
Yeah.
If you'd like to donate to the Patreon, just go ahead.
I don't want to know what she's doing on his Patreon. I want nothing to do with that.
So, I mean, in general, I don't have a problem with people doing it. I've never been one to do it. But also, like, you guys know me, I've never hugged my mother-in-law. Like, I'm not a...
That's so funny.
I'm not a touch person.
People like me.
No, I am. Like, it's a team bonding thing. You know, you huddle up, you're touching each other. I am a butt slapper in, like, coming out of the huddle or whatever. Good work. It's just part of sports. Of course, some people don't like it, and I do not do it to them. But
what do you want to do?
What are you gonna do, man?
Yeah. By the way, also,
Ryan, are you pro getting your butt slapped or against?
I'm more on the Jim Rutledge spectrum. I'm not really in favor of like touching much. Even
I don't know
as
if
teammates.
I love this Jim Rutledge spectrum.
Well, I mean, hey, it's closer to you than it is to G. That's what I'm saying.
I'm curious. Like, I know it's probably too late in the day to do a poll, but I'm curious how many people are like pro or anti butt slap.
With each other,
gotta add a lot of
on the team. Yeah.
We gotta cut the whole last two segments. That's putting a lot of work on Chrissy. I don't want to ask her to do that, nor should she. But yeah. Also, Badgers expert and host of the Jump Round, which Jim will be hosting tomorrow, Pablo Iglesias.
Pablo,
you catch that at 12:30, streaming live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Nolan Winter making his debut appearance on the show. We're going to be joining weekly going forward through the Badgers basketball season. Pablo also mentioning that last night one of the Illini guys also had mono.
Oof.
So
that's so
honestly,
bad.
If they didn't shake hands because of that, like then yes, very
Thank
much.
Goodness.
Thank you, Brad Underwood. That was a classic.
Even
move.
if there is a little bit of undertone of like, hey, we were sick side of things here. I am looking forward to hopefully the Badgers clobber Oregon because Purdue's now lost 3 in a row.
Yeah.
And Illinois is apparently dying with the flu. So I want like a clean victory in there too. Like I'm not tearing them down, but I don't want others to be able to tear it down.
Yeah, the Big Ten is just kind of falling very, very quickly at the end of the year.
Which is tough. Like I don't think I've ever really minded. I've always kind of rooted Big Ten or whatever, but after the Great Dane Huddle with Barry Alvarez, like I've become a really big Big Ten guy. I just want to see the Big Ten do well.
Yeah,
Outside of games against Wisconsin, that is.
Well,
and Minnesota can always lose.
Well, I mean, your girlfriend Alfie, she's an Ohio State fan, so now
which
you're
is still hard. It's still hard for me.
Oh, can't root for the Buckeyes.
I went to a Buckeye game. I wore a Wisconsin T-shirt underneath all of my layers.
Good on you.
So I have a question for the group here. With throwing stones, would you eat or have you eaten the Post Malone cookie, the Oreo cookie?
Oh yeah, it's like wait. Can you describe it for us again? I forget what it
Swirled
is.
salted caramel and shortbread flavor cream.
Is it available at my local dry cleaner?
I don't think so.
Nice reference.
Your references are out of control. I have not tried it. Why do you ask?
I haven't tried it, but I would love to.
Apparently, it's getting very good reviews. Chris, have you tried it?
I have not tried this cookie.
Are we a pro? Like, do we dip into other flavors? Are we adventurous with Oreos, or is it just the traditional?
For most of my life, mint Oreos were my favorite. So I go, the Cakesters are fantastic. I'm a big Cakester stan.
What are Cakesters?
They are, instead of the soft cookie or the hard cookie, it's like a soft kind of like baked.
But it's an
cakey,
Oreo?
Yeah, and then on the inside is a fluffier version of the same frosting.
Yeah, I was going to say Alex G loves the mint Oreos because those are the contaminated ones at the dry cleaners.
Right.
Yeah.
Reminds me of
little fresh breath.
Yeah, real fresh. Real fresh. Real dry cleaner fresh. I love just double stuff Oreos, whether it's mint or whether it's the original flavor. I couldn't. It's one of those things when you have double stuff so much that becomes like your natural, your base level. So now like the regular Oreos feel like Oreo things to me. Chrissy, what about you?
Plain vanilla. Whatever. They've had some really weird flavors though. Did you guys ever see like the Sour Patch Kids ones?
Oh my goodness.
I saw them. I didn't try them. I would try that, but I can't imagine there's any world where I like it.
Why would you try it?
Because I like to experience new things. Yeah,
How far off can those be from the ones at the dry cleaners? The Sour Patch ones probably taste pretty similar to the childhood ones for you, G.
No, absolutely not. That one was covered in lint. The other is probably chewy. I don't want the chewy one.
Here's some wild ones that I just found here. Android Oreo, a cross promotion Oreo cookie with Google Android logo on its side and green flavoring. Chocolate cream Oreo. Then there's Coconut Delight Oreo.
That's one I won't try.
Strawberry milkshake
Don't
Oreo.
like Oreos.
I don't like strawberry flavored things.
Coconut.
You don't like strawberry flavored things?
I like strawberries. Love strawberries. I don't like strawberry flavored things. I mean, alcohol is whatever.
That's how I feel with grape. I love grapes. I hate grape flavored things.
Interesting.
Then there's orange ice cream Oreo.
I could see it.
Blueberry ice cream. Yeah. Blueberry ice cream Oreo.
No.
Lemon ice Oreo.
Didn't they do like a root beer flavored one too?
Green tea Oreo. That was in China and Japan.
Interesting.
Makes sense.
Then you got creamsicle.
Again, that seems like it's fine.
If they do it with like the vanilla wafer instead of the chocolate wafer, then yes.
So I would try this one, the peanut butter Oreo. The peanut butter and chocolate. It's kind of classic.
Yeah.
Kind of dances on the Reese's peanut butter cup. But
Reese's is on a tear right now. I don't know if you guys have had their different flavors. Reese's peanut butter cups are awesome, and they have like the Take 5s. They've combined with every chocolate bar, and I am so in love with it.
Man, they get wild here. Berry Burst, pass. And last thing, and then we'll move off this. I don't like birthday cake flavored things.
Agreed. It's just more sugar. It's the only difference.
Do you like birthday cake, period?
I can live without it. Like, I am a ice cream cake, which I haven't had in, 30 years. But I remember it tasting
As you shouldn't.
As it tasted. Why not?
Because you're an adult.
He's a man. Look at the great chest hair poking out of his shirt.
Yes.
I'm a man.
I try to talk my kids into getting into ice cream cake. It sounds amazing. It's probably one of those things that sounds way better than it actually is in practice.
The bottom of like they always make them with that like thin, crispy layer at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yes,
I
and
want
then,
that alone.
When I was a kid, my go-to was and this was more of like, I forgot there was like cookie places, but I would get an Oreo. I would get a cookie cake for my birthday. So it was a giant cookie that had frosting on it. I forgot the name of the cookie place that did it.
That's okay.
So if you want more hard-hitting sports talk like that, tune in tomorrow to Jim, Matt, and Molly for the Coors Light.
When it comes to security for your home and family,